Hello, this video is brought to you by my supporters on Patreon and my members on YouTube. Minasan, arigatou gozaimasu. It's the first day of December 2023. My name is Kurt, and this is my daily Good Life meditation, an exercise that I do each and every morning to remember my objectives and principles, those which are outlined in my book, Going Alone. You can get a copy from the link in the description. I do recommend the hardbound edition. And I do want to say howdy, hello, to the new subscribers. I know that since starting to release the shorts, getting a lot of new subscribers, and you might be tuning into this video expecting more grainy footage from the foothills and mountains of Japan. And what's this guy doing talking? Is that the guy behind the camera? Yeah, it's me. And this is what I do every morning. So if you haven't seen these before, you can skip on past if you're not interested. If you're just interested in Japan, this is not Japan. Although it will be happening in Japan in a year or so. I do this to share about, as I said, my philosophy. So it's just, hey there, hi there. This video and I do a daily swim into the ocean are two genuinely non-Japan related videos that I upload on this channel regularly. But once I get to Japan, I'll still be doing these. Yeah, but I'll be doing them in Japan, so it'll be 100% Japan again, huh? Okay. Anyway, back to what I do. Like I said, I do this to remember the objectives and principles. I also use it to remember reflect on yesterday, how I did with the various challenges and opportunities that I met. I plan for the coming day, and I prepare myself for death. But before I do any of those sober subjects, I always like to read a poem. I'm going to read for the 5th time in a row, again, John Keats' poem, To Autumn, which just struck me yesterday. It literally struck me dumb. It took me, yesterday was the 4th reading, I think. It took me 4 days and 4 readings of the poem before the whole weight of the poem sunk in. And I was left kind of mute, unable to speak well, at least, for the rest of the morning after reading it. Poetry does that to me. That's what I love about poems. I love finding poems that do that to me. That like having a Mike Tyson clobber across the face. You go, ooh. That's what a good poem does to me, and I live for that. So I thought, I'm going to read it once more. Let's see what happens. To Autumn. Season of mists and mellow fruitfulness, close bosom friend of the maturing sun, conspiring with him how to load and bless with fruit the vines that round the thatch eaves run, to bend with apples the mossed cottage trees, and fill all fruit with ripeness to the core, to swell the gourd and plump the hazel shells with the sweet kernel to set budding more, and still more later flowers for the bees, until they think warm days will never cease, for summer has overbrimmed their clammy cells. Who hath not seen thee oft amid thy store? Sometimes whoever seeks abroad may find thee sitting careless on a granary floor, the hair soft lifted by the winnowing wind, or on a half-reaped furrow sound asleep, drowsed with the fume of poppies, while thy hook spares the next swathe and all its twined flowers. And sometimes, like a gleaner, thou dost keep steady thy laden head across a brook, or by a cider press with patient look thou watchest the last oozings hour by hour. Where are the songs of spring? Aye, where are they? Think not of them. Thou hast thy music too. While barred clouds bloom the soft dying day, and touch the stubble plains with rosy hue, then in a wailful choir the small gnats mourn among the river sallows borne aloft, or sinking as the light wind lives or dies, and full-grown lambs loud bleat from hilly bourne. Hedge crickets sing, and now, with treble soft, the red breast whistles from a garden croft, and gathering swallows twitter in the skies. Yeah, that's, if not my new favorite poem ever, among the top 5, maybe top 3, 5, maybe it's it. I'd have to reflect a little bit on some of my favorites. Okay, at least I'm still on my 2 feet. I was braced. I wasn't braced for it yesterday. I was put me off my footing. That is a really good poem. Just every sense of autumn. I see autumn in a different light now. I'll never experience autumn the same way after that poem. And which is great, because I'll be, if I live, I'm not dying, but we are all dying. But if I live to enjoy Japan again, I will experience autumn, which has its fullness, and I will remember that poem, maybe even carry this book with me, although it's a big one to carry around in my backpack. I was thinking that I would carry Edward Thomas around with me. It's much thinner, and his poems are poignant for the walker and the path traveler. Okay, let's get on with it, Kurt. First, last night and yesterday, I slept fine. Yesterday was a good day. Got my work done. Excuse me, did my ocean swim. There was nothing that really ambushed me in any way. It was just a good productive day. Let's do the Good Life Creed. My 8 objectives are as follows. 1, to be always ready to die. Pardon me. 2, to make good and effective use of my time. 3, to develop and maintain good and sound life principles. 4, to cultivate good emotional reactions. 5, to perform good actions. 6, to recognize my true limits and true opportunity. 7, to do just one thing at a time, and do that thing slowly and deliberately and carefully. And then finally, 8, to keep my balance, to not be bowled over by poetry. Although, if I'm going to lose my balance for anything, there you go, I'll take that. My 35 principles now are: war, reason, homunculus, anchor hold, home of good and evil, purpose, atomic principle, principle of nature, the pirate ride, maturity, social principle, principle of family, public speaking, temperance, life will not go well, the horror show, the home of good and evil. No, the horror show, the feast of offal, distraction, agency and the great indifference. I'm mucked up. The best seat in the house, I think. The restless man, the path of wildness, the great life adventure, the risk of avoiding risk, sin and damnation, complete oblivion, the season of philosophy, script writing, the bullseye aim, the uphill climb, arena and utility, nothing is enough, the principle of fun, and being prepared. Now for today off. Well, I've been doing, what am I going to do today? Well, I'm going to do all my morning stuff. Then I'm going to work on the second AI book. I'm getting close to having that done. And then I'm going to work on, I'd like to update the Lyles Brother channel videos on my main channel and the Lyles Brother channel. I've almost got those done too. Working on using AI to update the titles, tags, and descriptions. Then at 9 o'clock, I'm having a meeting with someone to talk about AI. So that should be interesting. I don't know much about the person or the nature of the conversation, but we'll see what it is. I was introduced by my friend Michael. Looking forward to it. And then from there, I'll go to the beach. I'll have lunch. Today off, I'll have fun. I would like to do various and sundries. It's really about time. You know what I want to do? I want to treat this move as a project. So I'm a project manager after all. Maybe I'll do that. And I'll look at some houses too. I'll have a fun day. I'm going to have fun. It's a day off after all. Why not? As for death, 3 questions. Am I ready to die? But 3 questions relative to that. 1, are my affairs in order? Yes. 2, are my relationships sound? Very much so. 3, is my life's work done? Yes, it is. So I'm ready. I don't want to die just yet, but if I do, if death comes to me today, then I can fade into it without a single backwards glance. And with that, I'm done. See, that's not so hard. It's just a routine that I do every day to keep me aligned with my personal creed and philosophy, and to make sure that I'm making good use of this day. Okay, I wish you all the best. Be safe, but not too safe. Take care. I will move forward and up. I will rarely stop, and I will never